Hey everyone, what's up? This has been on my mind lately. Like, we all know this war, it's a fanboy war. It started as a fanboy war. And it's kind of grown beyond that, but not really. It's still there, but it's pretty annoying. And it's something that, it went away for a while, but it's back. And it's just always been as silly as it's always been, like, every, every other fanboy war. Now, you know what I'm talking about, it's in the title of the video. So, Sony recently gave us a look at a controller for the PS5 that's now called the DualSense. By the way, goodbye DualShock. I loved you as a controller. I'll never forget our adventures together. Anyway, the DualSense controller has what some people call parallel joysticks or analog sticks, thumbsticks, whatever we call them. You can call them whatever. I go back and forth in this video. So the analog sticks are parallel for the DualSense, and it got some people on the internet upset, and I just don't get it. Like, I mean, there are people who believe that the inverted joysticks are better than the parallel joysticks, and some people, like I said, some people love that, some people don't care. I happen to be one of the people who doesn't care. Full disclosure, I play more on the PlayStation than the Xbox, but luckily it's easy for me to just go back and forth. Like, I don't even think about it. So whenever I hear people say that the DualShock or the DualSense will cause your thumbs to go all the way down and cause strain, I feel like they're lying. And before you get mad, let me tell you why. So my first experience of this was right before the PS3 was released. I was in line to try out the system out. They had this Electronic Expo at the Javits Center, and so yeah, I was trying waiting online, try the system out, and there are these two guys right in front of me talking about the controller, and one of them, he's like telling his friends like, yo, this controller is gonna suck, it's gonna be terrible. And then he made the most exaggerated gestures with his thumbs, saying like, oh, my thumbs are gonna have to be all the way down, it's like it's gonna suck. And then no surprise later, like, he was an Xbox guy and he was trying to convince his friend to get an Xbox too, which is fine. His fanboys do that all the time. Like, the way he put his thumbs down, like, pretty much if you saw it, you would think, okay, anyone who makes a controller like that pretty much has to be fired. Like, it would suck. His thumbs were like in the most unnatural position ever. But anyway, I digress. Like, it is what it is. Second experience was at EB Games. If you don't remember, EB Games was the competitor to GameStop. But GameStop bought him after a while because they weren't doing well. Anyway, there was this dude who was working there, and it's like his sole position or his sole job was to make sure people only bought Xbox stuff. And pretty much the exact same stuff that guy was doing at the line at that expo was what he was telling people about the game, saying, oh, don't buy it, the controller sucks. You're gonna have to do this all the time. Like, every time. Well, every time I went there. I mean, after a while, he stopped working there. Maybe he was fired. But anyway, that's not it. So I'm just saying, like, that's the one argument that I see the most, even online, and like Reddit, and like even IGN just had a discussion about it, and their Xbox guy pretty much gave that exact same argument. And I was just like, how are people letting this slide? And like, okay, I have a simple rebuttal to this, and my rebuttal is that, how come you always say this about the left thumbstick? You don't say this about the right one. Whether you're on PlayStation or an Xbox, the analog stick is lower. Why don't people complain about strain for that? Like, and no matter where you go, it's always the same thing. It's just really irritating that it's such a poor argument, and yet people use it all the time. Like, now, I'm not saying people don't experience strain. I mean, hand sizes are different. Some people smaller, some people bigger. So if you have personal preference, that's fine. But I just feel like this argument sucks. I mean, the analog stick placement does not make a difference whatsoever. It's all about the games. I mean, if you really want to talk about a terrible analog stick placement, look no further than the Nintendo 64. Please. Someone explain that to me. All these years I still suck with that controller. How the hell am I supposed to hold it? It was a great console. Awesome games. But the controller sucked. I mean, I used to use it as a Raphael side when I was playing with like my little cousins. That's when I knew how to use that controller. Anyway, as I was saying, do I believe Sony should switch? I think so. I mean, the entire industry switching over there. Nintendo switched to the inverted joysticks. Xbox has been there from the jump. So I think to make stuff more uniform so everyone can switch easier, can play better, that's what I want at the end of the day. So I feel like they should do that because they're the only ones holding up. I guess you could say Stadia 2 is doing that, but like the less said about Stadia, the better. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Who remembers the Wii U controller that had both analog sticks at the top? I mean, talk about bold design. And like, I'm surprised most people don't talk. Then again, the Wii didn't really do well, but both sticks at the top. I mean, if people like the sticks at the top, this should have been a winner, right? Anyway, so I feel for everyone's sake, to make stuff easier for everyone, Sony should switch. Even though, for me, it won't make a difference. What I feel is the real issue with controllers is where the X button is. Look at this for PlayStation at the bottom, Xbox on the left, Nintendo at the top. This is what causes trust issues, people. Like every game I play, do I have to remember? Oh wait, okay, the X is at the bottom. No, the X is here. Let's just pick a spot. And put it there. That's another thing that's common among all of them. Just put the X button in one spot. Again, this really gets under my skin. The other thing that gets under my skin is we used to have start and select, and then now they don't even have names anymore. It's just logos. Look at the DualSense and the Xbox Series X controller. What do you call this? 3 lines? Hamburger? What's the other one? Horn? Like, come on. Come on. Anyway, all of this is just a rant. It's just stuff. No matter what they do, I'm just gonna play the games. I just want to make things easier for everyone. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe.